But there should be no attention on food at all. Actually, if you ask me what I ate in the morning, I won't be able to tell you. Really. I'm very bad. Because I have no attention on it. Whatever one gets, eat it. If you don't feel like eating, don't eat it. What's so important is to enjoy every moment of your life. If a person is finicky about food, especially Indians are, it's very dangerous for Nábhí chakra. Because those who are mad after food and about Nábhí chakra are extremely hot-tempered, I think, and I don't know the word in English is, but in Hindi we call it चिड़चिड़े. अंग्रेजी में क्या कहते हैं? हाँ? Irritable. And these चिड़चिड़ास will make their wives' life miserable. They will come and tell, in that house I ate very good karelas. So that poor lady is running after the karelas to have it. We Indians are so much food-minded. You can't imagine, they won't believe. We are supposed to be starving people. But we are so food-minded that once there was, for these Bengalis, supposed to be bhuka Bengalis, I must tell you about that. They had no fish, rohu fish, which they get it from the central India, and people couldn't get fish, so they were starving. So Bombay people very graciously sent one shipload, because I know that I was a part of it, to them as a gracious act that let the Bengalis eat the fish. They said, what? We are not going to eat sea fish. We are Bangladeshis. Threw all the fishes in the sea, it all became sadod and it was thrown into the sea. Can you imagine? Nobody will believe in the West. This is how we are fasting and that is how we are poor people. Can poor people afford to throw away one shipload of fish in the sea because they want rohu fish? We are so food-minded that our Nábhí is always like this. And our women are to be blamed because they know how to control their husbands, they have spoiled them. There, the job of a woman is to be a Griha Lakshmi, to have ideals before the family, ideals before the husband, ideals before the children. The house should be ideal, should be a warm house where everybody is welcome. The wife's job is to keep her Nábhí all right, the Nábhí of the children all right, and the Nábhí of the husband and Nábhí of all the people who come to her house. She has to lead a life of auspiciousness, of kindliness, of religious nature. She has to be a soft-natured woman. But this is all missing. Only thing she's worried is how to please the husbands, because that's one of the big jobs for her. So to keep our Nábhí all right, we have to understand at Sir Yogis that we have not to pay so much attention to food. That doesn't mean you eat all dirty food. But it definitely means that when you eat your food, you must see the vibrations of the food. You must always give vibrations to the food. Eat the food which is vibrated. Certain foods, now supposing if I have to go and eat in any one of these big 5-star hotels, next moment I'll vomit. I always vomit. If somebody invites me in a hotel, I start thinking, Baba, now what an ordeal. Because it is not cooked with love. That's why I say, Shabari ke be rakhai. He liked the little berries of Shabari. Duryodhana ka meva tyago, viduraghar saga khai. इसका मतलब what does that mean? That means the love that is expressed in that food is what we should care for. And not for the lavishness, not for the show of it, and not at all for your own taste. But the taste of food should be that it should carry love. Let your tongue feel the love. That is the best taste. and whatever is cooked with love always tastes very well. So when you cook, cook with love. When you eat, eat with love. With kind words to the person who has cooked, with love. And above all, count your blessings. Count your blessings. And think of others who may not have had food today. This is the Lakshmi Tattva, is where the hand is like this, where it gives, and there's a hand where it gives protection to people who need money. But not in a way we do it, the way Americans do or Russians do. We do the way Lakshmi does, that this protection does not know the other hand. You give it without telling anyone. Just because you have to give, you give. And actually you do that. If you have given, as my father said, 1 rupee to someone, run away from that person as soon as possible. With a speed of 1 mile, he said. But if you have given 5 rupees, run away from him at the speed of 500 miles. It's very practical. That is how we have to be. This is the Lakshmi Tattva, is the Nábhí chakra about which I have told. It's a very important chakra, because today you are here because in your chakra Mahalakshmi Tattva was awakened, because you wanted to see God, because you wanted to come to God. You have not come here for money. You have not come here for anything else but God. Your seeking is in God. You want to know the truth about God, and you want to have God. You don't want to put your ideas onto this, but you want to see how Mother wants us to receive the blessings of God. So we come that as we seek the love of God, the grace of God, the Lakshmi has to be gracious. And the Mahalakshmi is the one who is the gracious lady, is the graciousness in you, the grace that must come, evolve into personality. Where in that grace he feels the hankering of the Father. The Father, the Narayana, he wants to have his blessings, and that is how the first, the truth, the seeking of the truth rises in you. And that is how the honesty of seeking is blessed. When the Kundalini rises, she first gives you, first thing that you get is the truth. By enlightening your brain. When I will tell you about Sahasrara and about Agya, I will tell you how this brain becomes a receptor of the ultimate truth. How through this brain you start receiving the knowledge of absolute truth. How this brain, when enlightened, gives you the power to know what is truth and what is not. And there are no alternatives. This I'll tell you later on, when the Kundalini I'll describe at the brain level. But for today, I think Nábhí chakra is very important. For all of us, for India especially, our Nábhí chakra is very important. That we should know that God Almighty, the Narayana, the Vishnu, is the one who gives a kshema after yoga. He says, yoga kshema vahamya, he gives a kshema. And we are sinning against the God when we don't believe that honest and righteous and virtuous life will give us the kshema as promised by God Almighty. We are sinning against our Father. While in the West, they are sinning against the mother on the left hand side, because they have forgotten that immoral life is an insult to the mother power of God. So both things are important. whether in the west or east, is important, that we should not sin against the father and sin against the mother. I hope I have tried to tell you everything in such a way that you do not feel hurt, because all of you come from different types of lives, different conceptions, different gurus, and you can get confused about it. So in Sahaja Yoga, you should allow this to work out. Allow the light to come in and don't get confused, don't get upset. Here you are to seek God and not to sit on what you have known so far or which you have heard so far or whatever you have followed, because that has not given you anything whatsoever. Like one of my disciples, who is a big officer, and one day he told me, "Mother, I don't know about Gita, I don't know about Ramayana, Krishna, anyone. I know you because you are the one who has given me realization." Of course, after knowing me, you will know all of them. But it's better you know me now, because those are no more here. It's I who is sitting here. So better know me first, and then you will know them better than what you have known them before. So let us compromise in this point, that try to understand it through Sahaja Yoga. Everything can be proved. Whatever I have said is absolute truth. Nothing but the truth. But you allow yourself not to be bound by any previous ideas and previous conceptions, but let it be open mind to see what I have said is just a hypothesis. Let it become a law. When you see it yourself, when it becomes a yatharth, on the vibrations when you see and judge what I have said, you will be amazed that Nábhí chakra which you feel on these fingers, even the children can tell you. May God bless you. Thank you very much.